Yes guys, Tuesday and another Tuesday tutorial on the cards. And I know I missed last week because I was very ill, but now I'm back with a brand new Tuesday tutorial. And in today's tutorial I will be showcasing you guys how you play the 4-2-1-3 formation in EFC 25 like a pro. We will be going through why 4-2-1-3 is so good still, and I'm only doing this video because a lot of you guys I know are still playing that formation in Weekly League. So this is going to be a bit of a tutorial on how you build up, how you properly get chances, and what the positives in the 4-2-1-3 are, but also there are some negative standpoints. So now let's just jump into the video, but before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe, as I see that 70% of you guys are not subscribing. I would appreciate that a lot. Now let's jump into today's video. So before we jump into kind of the analytic part of the video, this is going to be the tactics for my 4-2-1-3 formation that I'm playing right now in this moment. So in the background we play with a build-up style with balance. Basically balanced I think is the best by far. Either you do counter, short passing, or balanced. Balance is just a mix in between, and it forces you to, sometimes you can go slower and sometimes you can go faster, which I think is definitely optimal. Defensive approach, you can decide if you want to go high or aggressive. I personally want to go high. I think it's perfect balance playing between high and aggressive. Aggressive I think sometimes can caught you off guard with the first time through balls. Your defensive line obviously steps a lot and can lead to massive gaps in behind your defense. Going into the roles then of the players, we're starting off with the keeper. I always play my keeper as a sweeper keeper, not actually with build up, I just do him with balance. Basically build up will force the keeper to be a lot more further out his net, which can obviously be very poor for you when your opponent is having a counter attack and he's just way too far out of the net. Fullbacks will be on fullback and defend. Now obviously Arnold only has fullback in +1, and then Balde has fullback in +2, but both of them will be on fullback defend. Defenders will both be on defender ++. This is the important thing. CDMs will be on deep line playmaker build up, not defend, as it shows here with Juan Neves. So deep line playmaker build up for both CDMs. Left wing, right wing will be on inside forward roaming, which I think is by far the best role. You can also switch around, and if you want to go more attacking, you just go with focus and attack. This will lead to the wingers being a bit more further up, even though they are basically standing up there, because the 4-2-1-3 formation is a counter attack formation. But with attack, they will stand even further up, and in around the box, they will try to be a bit more tucked in towards the box, being more of like a right forward, left forward-esque player, like we had with the 4-3-2-1 formation back in FC 24 or FIFA 23. Fernandez, who is a cam now, will play as a playmaker, and then the striker will play as an advanced forward. And obviously you want strikers that have advanced forward ++, super important. So for now I will swap out Mertens for someone else, for example. So starting off with the negatives of the 4-2-1-3 formation, and why I think a lot of people have started to move away from it in terms of pro players but also casual players, is actually going to be that the fullbacks, as you see, are going to be on fullback defend. But the most important thing is that the wingers, my wingers obviously as your attack, are super high up, and that will obviously help you with counter attacks, but that will also cause you to needing to move out players to be able to put pressure on the ball holder, because the wingers will be non-existent in terms of when you defend. If you look at the minimap down below here, we have Santa Clara, a pro player from Santa Clara in Portugal called Neat, fantastic player. You basically see that obviously I have the black arrows and my opponent is with the orange circle. You see that his fullback is completely free, so if he wants to go back here and just keep possession, he can, because my wingers is not going to be able to pressure him. So that's the first bit with the 4-2-1-3. Why it's actually, I guess pro players is very hard to put pressure on the ball holder, but if you manage to do so, that's when you find that kind of high risk, high reward defending, and that will cause you to be able to play the 4-2-1-3 formation with ease, basically. So this is going to be one of the positive things then. 4-2-1-3 formation, counter-attack formation. Right when I get the ball here with the Bala, you see that I'm basically 3 versus 3, kind of 3 versus 4 against his defensive line, and this is why we play the 4-2-1-3 formation, because it's such a good counter-attack formation. So when you get the ball with your cam, you want to find the strikers basically as fast as you possibly can, either the middle striker or the left wing, right wing here. For example here then, I play one pass from Dybala into Henry, and there I have plenty of options, but it's super important to have your wingers running here. So as you see here, Leao has his arm forward, which means that he is running in behind. I also sent Salamakers, who is my right winger here, a bit earlier, so I'm going to play the ball into Leao. Now you see that Salamakers has his arm forward. That means that I've already sent him making a run in behind, and this is kind of the counter-attacking options you're getting. Now unfortunately I'm not really converting this chance, even though it's like a good chance, but once again when you're inside here, finesse, unfortunately couldn't score. But that's basically how you try to play it. Very fast kind of counter-attack options. And you may ask, Olle, why are you not playing counter-attack and build-up then? Because then it's going to be too much of a counter-attack and your team will just rush forward all the time, which you don't really want to. For example, when you're playing like a very, very good player that's struggling with playing versus your counter attack and you want to slow it down, sometimes it doesn't work because your AI is just going to make these runs in behind because of the build-up style in counter, right? You just want to keep that build-up style in balance so you can decide, okay, here I want to go slower and here I want to go quicker, for example. And this is also going to be a pattern, super important. We play our CDMs on deep line playmaker. This is not going to be João Neves and Vitinha, but the deep line playmakers will basically try to stand on the outside of the box. So for example here, you see Billing is up on the left. If I want to go Billing here, I can go Billing down to Dybala, then play the ball into the striker's feet, turn, shoot, finesse, whatever. Now, obviously, he's reading that, so I'm just going to take space here in behind. But if you look at the play now, we have Billing outside the box, we have Dybala outside of the box, and we also have Marquis outside the box. If you feel like there's too many players outside the box and you want to have like one more attacking threat inside the box, just switch Dybala from playmaker to shadow striker, because then Dybala will take a spot on the inside here, probably around where Salamakers is, and Salamakers will still be closer to Santa Clara's number 22 here, as you see at the bottom of your screen. So you'll have more attacking options, but that deep line playmaker build-up is going to help you finding that kind of CDMs outside the box and then to be able to find that pass into your attacker. So for example here, I find Dybala, I play the first time pass into Salamakers. Unfortunately, I got a bit unlucky, but that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to go from the wing, then into the inside, then finding that kind of penetrating pass in between the opponent's CMs, then take a touch and then set it up for a finesse shot or for a low driven, for example. This is going to be a perfect build-up in the 4-2-1-3 formation then. So you see, I exceed Antonini here. Antonino Gabriel, fantastic pro player from Italy, and he's putting a lot of pressure on me early in build-up. And the thing you want to do then is always try to go to your wingers, using the wing backs in kind of build-up. So the thing I did a play lock towards Billing. Now I do a play lock towards Hernandez and I take the ball towards the opponent's goal here, basically. I see here that Leao is basically in acres of space here. I'm just going to play this with Theo Hernandez towards Leao. And when I take this kind of space, just keep on running, because this is what the left wing and right wing will be able to do. You need fast wingers in the 4-2-1-3 formation, and that will make you actually get this kind of space in between the center back and the full back. So you want to basically attack that as much as you possibly can. When I get the ball here with Henry, I could have taken a touch here and just stand still on the ball and wait for the run of Billing, because once again, Billing is on deep line playmaker build up, which means that he will push up sometimes a bit, getting that kind of into that Dybala position. So they will swap roles or swap positions a few times. Now you see Billing is making that run in behind. The thing that I decided to do though is that take a touch forward, because I didn't think he expected it. He doesn't expect it. Here again though, Henry with the finesse shot plus, and this is super important because from these kind of angles, it will be very, very hard to score with players that doesn't have the low driven, the finesse, whatever. But Henry, gold in finesse, and he manages to slot that home, score to make it 1-0 in this game. And that was perfect build up in the 4-2-1-3 formation. And this is going to be a sequence where obviously I'm playing a pro player from Portugal again, and we're leading by 4 to 82nd minute, and we still want to be able to keep that kind of possession, but also trying to be aggressive and trying to get the ball in towards the opponent's half, because once you get the ball onto your opponent's half, then it's harder for the opponent to put pressure on there. So we get the ball to Theo Hernandez. As I said before, it's super, super important to use your fullbacks actually to be able to build up. You don't need to send them anymore. You just need to use them to be able to build up. And once you get to the box, you don't really need to use them anymore. But you need to use them in build up. Once again here then, we're doing a play lock with Leao, dragging him basically more towards the wing so we can find that pass. This is not offside. And in general, we create a very, very good chance from using the ball with our fullbacks basically and finding our wingers. Super, super important in the 4-2-1-3 formation as well. And yes, guys, again, 4-2-1-3-esque type, how you play this formation. This is going to be the last clip of the video. We managed to find our players with incisive pass. Also, incisive pass will be super, super important to have on CDMs and into your cam, and I will explain why in this kind of clip. So, I already sent Leao here. As you see at the bottom right here, Ibarbo is very tucked in, basically because of inside forward, obviously. And once I get the ball here with Billing, I know that Billing has incisive in gold, but I won't be able to find this pass yet to Leao. But the thing I could do, I could play Maradona and then play a first time through ball to Leao. So the thing I'm doing, finding a Maradona, playing that kind of first time through ball, and then attacking the space here. Once again, when I get the ball here, I could just basically turn my back towards Van Dijk and shield the ball. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take the touch forward, and then once again, finesse shot plus always manages to find the back of the net with the finesse shot, and it's a fantastic finish and a fantastic way of how you play the 4-2-1-3 formation with that kind of counter attack spice adding into that formation. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you really enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and comment what kind of other tutorials you guys want to see on the channel. I do one tutorial every week during Tuesdays, so let me know what other tutorial you guys want to see on the channel. And as I said at the start of the video, a subscription to the channel would be much appreciated. And yeah guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for the support recently, guys. You guys are the greatest, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.